Hello everyone, welcome to my third and last video with tips and tricks about getting your Lord of Lords scores as high as possible. If you want to see the first video focusing on Phase 1, gathering resources, there's a link right here. Now we're moving on to Phase 5, which is growing power through various means. Two of those are building and research, similar to Phase 2, which I covered in the second video. That link is here. But Phase 5 has other ways for increasing power and getting points, which I'll cover here. If you followed my ideas regarding Phase 2, you probably already got a head start on a big building or research task, or both. So try to speed it up while getting an elite bonus, which gets you some extra chests and other bonus items. I covered that in the previous video. Another way to get points in Phase 5 is with crafting and upgrading your Lord gear. I basically always wait until this phase to do crafting of gear and upgrading. And of course you'll find as time goes on it takes a lot longer to collect the different pieces necessary anyway. You'll probably find yourself hoarding equipment, wildcard chests, which now is a good time to use them if they can get you to a point where you can upgrade a piece. With newer events like Trade Day and Bounty, you can sometimes get some nice quantities of gear chests. And those can really help you out here, including the Glorious set, which used to be paid only. A nice way to get points for Phase 5 is to add to your city fortifications if you can. Here you can see I've got 90k of space for my Phase 5. It's going to take some time, so I'm going to start constructing it now, even though I have a few days to do it. So that'll put me a little bit ahead of the game with that. That's a very, very underrated thing. So sometimes it's not such a bad thing to let your walls get destroyed in battle or whatever, because the time to rebuild is, to get those points for Phase 5 again, with the idea of here's a chance to kill two birds with one stone. Okay, by far the best way that I know of increasing powers during Stage 5, in addition to the ones that I already mentioned, is with commanders. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a quick look and see what medals I've got from various events and things like that. If you get enough medals to bump a commander from green to blue or silver to green or whatever, do it, because there are so many points for those bumps. And right now I don't have enough, I don't think, to bump anybody up. The only exception might be Kevin, because I have been getting Kevin medals from the recruitment pass event, but I don't have enough. I got 69, so I need quite a few more to bump Kevin up to gold. So at this point, what I might consider doing, because I have 10 legendary medals, is I could certainly get one of these commanders. But the nice thing about bumping up commanders is it gives you a lot of points, and when you upgrade them to levels, like if I were to get a new commander like Cersei, for example, and bump her up to level 60, that would be a ton of points. I don't really need them right now, so I'm really thinking that what I might do is just wait for the next one where maybe I have 20 legendary medals, and I can bump up somebody like Jon Snow from from silver up to green, and hopefully by that time I would have enough that maybe I can bump up Selma. I don't know if I'll get 100 of hers. That might be a little bit tough. Another thing to look for is for awakening levels. If you have enough tokens to bump somebody up, definitely do it, because that is tons of points. And I don't have enough right now, probably because I did a whole bunch of them last cycle. But especially the commanders that are useful for killing rebel leaders. So the ones that I'm definitely going to focus on are Theon, because he's great against all different kinds of rebel leaders. Layla is a good cavalry commander against rebel leaders. Annie, too. Yeah, let's not forget her. but I don't really have enough to do here. Plus, I really don't need them. Another thing to think about is Mango, good old Mango, and Simon Blackmire, who I've got over here. Because these medals you can get from the token shop. The Valor shop, I mean. Yeah. So from here, if you have enough coins, I've already maxed out Mango. Simon Blackmire will take me a little while. But this is something I could do. This is also the time when you want to use your Awakening tokens, Elite and Epic. But of course, the Elite General tokens, the purple ones as opposed to the Epics, you can always get from places like the Werewood shop. If you're like me, you have tons of stuff in the Werewood that you can get from the Commander shop by cashing in your coins here. I could do this. In fact, I think I probably will, but I don't really need these right now. The reason I don't is because I completed a massive research, so I'm already in 4th place. So I'm not really going to worry about it right now. Yeah, if I flip over to the other account here, let me just. I was fortunate enough that this time I got enough legendary medals to actually get Jon Snow in this one. And bumping him up from level 1 to level 60 did me wonders over here. With this account, I'm ranked 9th overall, and that's mostly due to commander power. I don't think I have enough medals to bump up somebody like Julian, for example. Nah, I have 70. I could probably amass 10 more if I wanted to, but like I said, I don't really need them. I'll wait until the next time. But next time for sure, I'm bumping up Julian. There's no doubt about that. Okay, and last, and unfortunately most of the time least, we have the final phase of Lord of Lords, which is called Lord of War. And that is, of course, where we have to defeat other soldiers. And, of course, the higher tier the soldier is, in terms of T3, T4, T5, whatever, the more points that you get. Now, here's the problem, and if you played this game for any length of time, you know that most kingdoms frown on just kind of open war and openly hitting other castles and other alliances especially. So, generally speaking, when I play Lord of Lords, I try and structure things so that I'm done at the end of phase 5, because it's extremely unlikely that you're going to get any points. Some people do, but here you can see that you don't get a lot, and this is probably people hitting their own alts and things like that just for points. Now if you want to go ahead and do that, sure, go ahead, that's fine. But you can see here we've only got 5 players who are even scoring points. And, here's one I can pretty much guess that Lord Martori is hitting Lord Farmori, which is Lord Martori's farm. So, yeah, that's just kind of how it is with Phase 6. So, my plan is always try to finish with Phase 5 at the point where you want to be. Here I'm in the top 10 for this time, obviously. I'm number 8, so I'm not really worried. But again, there are times when, somebody does like a late push towards, getting some more points, like kind of at the last minute. I definitely remember one time where I went to sleep at like 47 or 48, and I woke up at number 51. Or even worse, if you're in the 90s and then you end up at 101 and you're out of the scoring picture. So try to load yourself up in phase 5. That's really the only way to kind of get it done. Some people think, oh well, why don't I just go to another server or whatever, to hit people or get points that way. Yeah, you can try that. But actually it doesn't work, because jumping to another server means that Lord of Lords is specific to a particular server. If you jump servers, even if Lord of Lords happens to be active on that server at the same time, you're going to lose all your points that you accumulated on the server that you're on. So that's not really a viable strategy. I hope this has helped people in terms of being able to, score high in Lord of Lords. Hopefully, I've given you some tips. I'm sure people have tried it before and, had some levels of success here. Hopefully, maybe you can have some more success. There are other ways, of course, to hit other players in certain events. One of the things that occurs to me is in the Crystal Mine. I haven't actually tried it. And for I can't try it right now. Maybe I'll try it on one of my other accounts just to see if hitting people in the cross-server mine actually counts for Lord of Lord points. I dare say it does. Certain cross-server events like Alliance Conquest and Siege of Winterfell, they definitely do not count because these are not actual real kills. Be aware of that. That occasionally, you might get lucky. It's not like other events, like for example, Best Effort, where if you do heals in these cross-server events, you actually do get points for that. That doesn't work in Lord of Lords. So that's kind of my wrap up. Hopefully, as I said, I hope this has been helpful for some people. And if you have any other ideas on some tips and tricks videos that I can make, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Please like and comment about this video and subscribe to my channel if you find it interesting. And I'll see you next time. Game of Thrones gets the Shadow the Cat seal of approval.